Never underestimate the importance of preparation. As I was tuning into the energy of August, I kept seeing a pop quiz, and there was this feeling of, oh, if I've just studied a little bit more or practiced more or did some more research. So for any major choice that's in front of you, this is particularly a big life choice like moving or selling something or changing careers, etc. Make sure that you have exercised all of the sort of possible research and options in front of you. And by doing this, you're going to be able to step into something with a sense of confidence and clarity. The other thing is we can just take this at face value. There may be a test that some of you are studying for, a certification. This could also be a little bit more figurative where you might be tested to see how confident you are about something. And for many of you, you're getting ready to graduate through a phase of life. So this can also indicate things like retirement or something of that nature where you're just thinking, I'm done with this and I want to start something new. Irrespective of where you might be on that spectrum, being able to center yourself, see things from a large perspective, a bird's eye view, and explore all of the options before committing to something ultimately is going to make it easier in the long run because you're going to feel confident about it. And also you might reveal a path that you hadn't thought of just by doing that research. My name is Nicholas Ashbaugh. This reading is for Aries. You can use it for sun, rising, and moon. And of course, we're looking at the month of August. Let's go ahead and shuffle the cards and see what else Spirit has to say. All right, we're going to begin with past, present, and future influences for this month. And we'll go from there. In the deep past, we have the Ace of Wands, and it's encouraging you to take potential and follow through on that. Some of you have been sitting on ideas, dreams, and just sort of like hoping for the right time, a sign. Let this be your sign. It's time to take action and make things happen. You'll notice that there are some like spider webs right around this beautiful flame at the center. And what I see here are two opposing forces. One is this idea that wants to just jump out and get out into the world. And the other one is a sticky or a sort of like restricting force. And sometimes we get stuck in our head and we overthink. This month, I would encourage you to follow through on your instincts. Yes, you can research, you can see what's out there, but do something. Don't just kind of like ruminate on it too much. Because if you overthink, or if you box something in too much and think it has to happen in this way, shape, or form, sometimes you limit the potential, okay? Ultimately, this is a great card because it represents some sort of an opportunity that could be knocking at your door, an idea that has the potential to really take flight, and also the ability for you to breathe life into something. So take whatever that is that you've been sitting on over the past month or so, and let's get it going. Let's get it moving. All right, so that was your past. Let's see what's coming through right here, right now. And we have partnership. So if you need some help on articulating, demonstrating, or facilitating whatever this is, talk to someone. Also, this is a great time for you to spend more energy in both new and existing relationships. So if you're already partnered up with someone, it's a chance to take it to the next level and talk about what you're both interested in. If you're looking for love, you can find that. If you're single but want to find new connections, new colleagues, peers, friends, it's a fantastic month to do just that. Now, if you want to use this more from a practical point of view, this can represent allegiances, partnerships, and alliances, I should say, too. So you have the ability to pull people into something bigger by using your passion, your words, demonstrating things. People want to connect with you. So however you want to use that connecting energy, this is a great time for doing just that. There also could be someone in your life that needs or wants you. And you can be as open or discerning on that as you feel like you want to be. Now we have a little bit of the unknown coming through for the future. And the Two of Swords is something that I'll help you with because I'm taking these readings very much almost like a personal reading. I'm going to go wherever I want to. So enjoy the process. Watch your sun, rising, and moon. They're probably all going to be a little different. So I was talking to someone that I did a personal reading for recently. And I said, the Two of Swords invites you to imagine something different. When we're a little kid, sometimes we have a path that we set up for ourselves. Parents, teachers, etc. will say, what do you want to do when you grow up? And we choose something, but as we grow up, we change. Your wants, your interests, your desires, and your skills evolve just as you evolve. So you can always allow yourself to take a third option. It doesn't have to be this or this. It doesn't have to be black or white. This is also a card that invites curiosity. Something is probably hidden beneath the surface. The more you dig, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you can make a decision that is going to serve and suit you well. Some of you may be feeling underappreciated, unseen, and this can apply for many of you in a relationship or even a job where it's like, I'm putting in so much effort, but I don't get a lot back. So speak up, ask questions. What is it that you want? You are not trapped. This card is just the sort of fear like, is this it? Or where am I? Or how did I get here? So we're going to work with that, and that's the very next card that I'm going to pull. Let's see what we can do to help you break through the Two of Swords here. So we're going to call this a breakthrough card. I don't think I've done this before. How can we help you get beyond this? It's time to think bigger. The world in the reverse position is saying, expand beyond your greatest dreams, wishes, or desires. So much is possible right here and right now. Sometimes, however, we limit ourselves because of what other people have said, because of our own thoughts, sometimes self-defeating thoughts, and sometimes even societal pressures or expectations. So we're pushing through that right now. This is also saying, take a step back. It's hard to see how far you've come and what's available to you, so you can step through the energy of the world until you take a break, recalibrate, and also just take in the view for a moment, right? This might also be you deciding to step away from something. The world itself represents graduation or finality sort of thing. So you've accomplished what you wanted, but you may be at a point where it feels anticlimactic and you think, okay, I see the view, I've done what I wanted to do, but I want something else now. So you get to dream a new dream. You get to start a new chapter. Ends and beginnings often connect just like they are with this card. So there's a chance here to explore a brand new path. And it could be very, very big. Like I said, changing your career, changing your major, changing your location, because that is going to create so many different internal shifts within you that your entire trajectory can shift with one of those sorts of changes. So I'm excited for you. This is a card of going big or going home. So don't limit yourself, okay? So let's see what the main focus should be this month. I always like to pull a catalyst card. It helps you create a spark. And so we already saw a little bit of that with your Ace of Wands. How can we take that spark and really expand it even further? Let's see what's coming through for that. So I'm going to clarify this one as well. So we have the two different ends of the spectrum, and notice how the world, which we just saw, was like taking one step backward, and this is one step forward. So for some of you where you feel like you lost something or you had to, there's a slight delay, it all evens out in the end. And the Fool is reminding you that the best is yet to come. And to travel into this month with a clean slate. She's not carrying much with her, just basically this crystal. Usually there's a knapsack, but same sort of energy. You're just going to be very mindful of any sort of baggage, whether it's emotional, physical, energetic. It's time to let it go, and it's time to take the step. And I was clarifying this card. It's time to take a step towards the idea that you might be, basically thinking about. Okay? So now let's go a little bit deeper. And I would like to explore the major categories that I normally look at. So in this expanded forecast, we're going to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. And we'll start out with the energy of health first, which is your mind, body, and spirit. All right. So for mind, body, and spirit here, we have the Emperor card. This is very much a take charge energy. So accountability is one of the key things that is coming through with this. It's also kind of stationary. So for many of you, there's an encouragement to move a little bit more. If you do a job like I do, where there's a lot of time that you're seated, you really need to pay attention to the reminders where it's like on your watch, get up and stretch. Yes. Every hour or two, make sure that you're getting exercise, that you're breathing, you're drinking water. And on top of all of that, find subtle things like walking. This is one of the best forms of exercise that you can do, health permitting and body permitting. You can also do seated exercises like yoga for those of you that might be, if you have limited mobility or if you're recovering from an injury. Since we do have a seated card, it can be that as well. This one is all about strategy. So this is also about developing a sort of strategy for your general health and well-being. Because I'm curious and I want to clarify this, let me see if there's a single challenge coming through for many of you that you really need to be focusing on with respect to your health. And we'll see what Spirit has to say. Yeah, it's just about being honest with yourself, with your doctor, with everybody else. So the Seven of Swords are the little white lies that we tell to ourselves, like, oh, I can have a little bit more of this, or I'm not going to do this today, or this won't really add up. And this card is saying this is the month to make the change that you want to make with respect to your health. And then when you do see a healthcare professional, be honest with them with whatever it is that's going on in your body. The more honest you are, the easier that they can help you. Make sure that you also trust the people that you're working with in your health circle. And if there's someone where you just don't feel like they're listening to you, it's time to look on. But ultimately, the Emperor card is good. And it's just about, again, accountability and a little bit more action than we might have been seeing previously. Okay? Let's go ahead and move on from health to wealth. This is your resources, your life purpose, and your career. And we'll see what Spirit has to say. Slow, steady growth. I'll take it. So the Seven of Pentacles is in an uprooted form. So some of you might be starting something new job, new internship, new class. Perfect. Give yourself a chance to really get settled in that. Whenever you are in doing something new, or like I just did, a brand new move, it takes a minute for you to catch your breath and for you to plant some roots and feel okay. So just don't rush it. Because we are looking at all aspects of wealth, including your actual savings, this can come through on the heels of a major expenditure, sometimes even after a period of debt or financial strain. But ultimately, it does represent growth, provided that you are patient and you don't overdo it. So the only sort of potential place where things can get tricky with the Seven of Pentacles is if you are spending more than you need, or you're basically trying to please everybody because it costs too much money, energy, etc. And then this has a little bit of a health connotation, even though I'm looking in wealth. So when it comes to your general health, if you just got through surgery, you broke a bone, or there's been something that's been going on, it takes time for your body to recalibrate. So this is a cutting. You can see it looks like a fresh cutting. It's growing roots, but it takes time for things to show up. Whatever changes you're making, financially, emotionally, physically, give it time. It won't happen overnight. Those aren't sustainable changes anyway. It's better when you can do something consistently, and those consistent changes aggregate over time and make for a long-term sustainable change in your life, okay? Avoid putting too much on credit. Say no if people are asking unreasonable things, and really make sure that you advocate for what you need and what you deserve. And that should really cover all of the main categories here. In work, many of you are just overworked, underpaid. And this card is saying there comes a point where you just realize, I'm only expected to do this much. I do not need to be like Atlas and hold up the weight of the world. It's not necessary. Do take some time to audit your schedule, your commitments, your agenda, and make sure that all of the stuff that's on there really needs to be on there. This isn't just about spending money, it's about spending time. And the same thing goes for relationships. Are the people worth it? Do you feel like this is what you want and need? Let's pull a clarifying card for the energy of wealth and see if there's one piece of advice from Spirit coming through here. Yeah, you got to make a choice. So in this particular card, we see someone torn between two things. Maybe what you want, maybe what you need, or what's expected and really what you know is best. As difficult as it is, in these situations, invariably, when you make the choice, you become free. You are liberated, you can invest more into what you can basically make an impact on, and it just sets you free. So don't be afraid to lean into that. I feel like it's going to just say, I want this, or I don't want this, or say no. These things over time are going to set you up for success. Let's move on from wealth to love and relationships and see what's coming through here. All right. You matter. You may be a person who typically puts a lot of emphasis on others, people pleasing, in other words. I want to make sure that you are okay. Are you happy? Are you well fed? Is everything meeting your expectations? Okay, but this month you get to say, but I also need this. So make sure that you're not always spending, because that Seven of Pentacles that we just talked about is connected to this. Spending, giving, and supporting everyone but you. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. This is also heightened emotions. So for some of you, you're just feeling more sensitivity. Things that wouldn't otherwise bother you might bother you now. And remember to take all of that with a grain of salt. Try not to make any major decisions when you're feeling a little bit agitated, irritated, or sensitive. There could also be someone marching into your life expressing a little bit of love, a little bit of interest. And in these situations, exercise your discernment. It either feels right or it doesn't. Now for this portion, I'm going to break it down into 3 categories: partnered, looking for love, or single and happy. All right, let's start off with those of you that are currently partnered and see if there's an additional message that wants to present itself. We have the Nine of Cups, which is pretty darn good. So this card reminds you to spend time with the people that you love the most. It is a wish fulfillment card, so if there's something that you want with your partner, for yourself, speak it into existence. I mentioned earlier the heightened energy here. Because we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse position and this in the upright, you might be at sort of differing ends of the spectrum. One of you might be dealing with some challenges at work and home or externally, and then the other one's a little bit on the upswing. So depending on which side you're on, ask for help, ask for boundaries, try to be there in the best way possible. Ultimately, though, I really like this, and I feel like whatever challenge is in front of you, it represents a positive outcome. But if you're in the high or the low, try not to have an important conversation or to take things more seriously or more personally than they're meant to be taken. And if you do overreact, apologize. If your partner apologizes, realize that they just might be going through a lot. Aside from that, we like the Nine of Cups. Maybe plan an excursion or a trip together and have some fun. I think that would be a great way to embrace that. Let's see what's going on for those of you that might be trying to find some love this month. It's work. So the Five of Wands is saying also work in and of itself could be getting in the way. You might have way too many obligations in front of you. So just be realistic with how much time you have. And this could be a month where you decide to just put a little less work into either work or the relationships because it feels like you're torn into 2 different directions. I have 2 other messages on this and then we'll move on. One is if you're trying to find someone, it is a bit of a job. So maybe just making more of an effort each week, putting yourself out there, that is a good thing. Don't expect immediate returns. We had that Seven of Pentacles energy and I feel like it's touching all of these things. The more you get involved, the more you put yourself out there, the easier it's going to be to eventually connect with someone. Now, relationships are work. Finding a relationship can be work, but it shouldn't be a job in and of itself. And if you're out on a date and you're doing all of the work, because this represents some sort of lopsided energy, then that's not it. Because otherwise you're always going to be kind of in the role of teacher, mother, mentor, and agitator sometimes. And so what you're seeing, even just in the dating aspect of the relationship, is a telling sign for long term. So until that partner's ready to meet you on the level, take a step back, focus on some other things. I feel like even if you are looking for love, you can actually just get a lot done this month. So maybe put some of the passion into projects, activities, and personal goals. Okay, finally, if you're single and happy, good for you. Let's see if there is something that you can put your energy into in particular. So we have the Chariot card, which is one of the best cards for setting things into motion. Literally, we see the horses galloping here. But it's your job and it's your opportunity this month to steer the ship. Very much take accountability, take action, and speak up, fight for something if you want it. This is also a card of like going to war or going to battle. So if you have an idea or a dream or something that you're really interested in, now is the time. If not now, then when? This is also connected with management. And so some of you might be spending just a little bit more time and energy in getting organized. Maybe some of you are entrepreneurs and you're starting a business. Take time to rest. It's just like driving a car. If you do it when you're tired, it's not going to be a good thing. So make sure you're getting enough rest, and definitely, if there's something that you're interested in, take the initiative. That's the big takeaway on that, okay? So that is single and happy. Now let's take a look at the Destiny card. Where is all of this leading you this month? What's the big picture? I want to know too. So let's see. Let's give this all a little bit more space. Okay. All right, so for Destiny, you got the Page of Swords. Speak it, well, actually, think it, speak it, write it, do it. All the different ways, you can see her multitasking, by the way, but all of those different ways of bringing something back to the very beginning into the world here. So here's the idea, and here's the communication of that idea. And these two work together quite nice. And one size doesn't fit all when it comes to communication. She's thinking of all the different ways she can convey the message, which I like too. The only thing here is, possibly again because of that Seven of Pentacles, she is tiptoeing a little bit. It's a tightrope that you might be walking. Be mindful of your needs and make sure that you're getting rest, support, and encouragement along the way. Hopefully watching this video gave you a little bit of encouragement. And if you need something, speak up. I have noticed more and more, even sometimes in just casual conversation, if you just say it out loud, sometimes somebody hears it and they latch onto that and they're like, oh, you're looking for this? I can help you with that. You never know until you speak it and share it. And for those of you that are writers, producers, creators, it's time to put some of that into a written or visual format so you can see it for later, okay? I always like to wrap up with a final question. If you're struggling with something or curious about something or passionate about something, this is a moment to really tune in and ask your question, and we will see what Spirit has to say. Well, it's about as good as it can get. So you received the Magician. Yes. If you asked a yes or a no, this is an emphatic yes. What are you waiting for? What's the delay? This is a time to really step into something amazing. The Magician requires focus, belief, and really the ability to just go for it. So that energy that we saw here with the Fool, let's move forward and know that, yes, you can use the support of someone else, but you also are complete in and of yourself. I had a conversation with someone that it was kind of like that whole idea that someone else carries your missing pieces, and this card is showing you, no, you've got it all. Typically, we would see all four of the tools at the Magician's table, so it's just a matter of believing, choosing, and bringing that into the world, okay? Beautiful energy, wonderful way to end it. Thank you again for being patient. As you know, I moved from the US to Spain, so I had to kind of skip 1 month, and we're just going straight into August. And I'm trying to get all of these done in a timely fashion. So I do appreciate your support. All right, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, do me a favor. Please hit the like and subscribe. It's 100% free. It helps the channel, and it means a lot to me. You can also join me across social media. It's always my full name, Nicholas Ashbaugh, on all major platforms. If you want those official links, please stop by my website, nicholasashbaugh.com. And if you'd like to give back here on YouTube, you can do it through becoming a member or leaving a sticker with your comment. Also, from my website, you can book a private reading if you ever want to go a little bit deeper and just chat with me. There's a way to do that on my website. Also, you can give back outside of YouTube through PayPal if you just like to show some support. And that, my friends, is everything. Thank you so much for being the best part of what I do here on YouTube. Let's see, Apollo's in the background sleeping. You can just see the tip of him there. We're going to leave him be. But anyway, from my heart to yours, wishing you all the best. I'll see you soon.